What's up people, it's Teja here, and by the title of this video you know that I'm going to tell you 5 things that you should never do on the internet. Now obviously there are more than just 5 things that you should never be doing on the internet, but in this video I'm going to tell you the most important 5 things that you should never do on the internet, because doing any of these things will have like the highest impact on your online life. So watch the video carefully until the end, and I hope this video helps you understand that internet can be a dangerous place as well. So let's get started. Number 1, do not download any third party or suspicious apps to your device. So you have to understand that internet is a place filled with computer programs that are programmed to do harm to your computer and thus you. We call these programs malwares, which stands for malicious software. So the intentions of these malwares can vary. Like for example, one malware might be programmed to just corrupt your computer, whereas some other malware might have been programmed to steal your information and to send that information to the hacker or to the person who created that malware. So whatever malware it is, you have to protect yourself from it. So generally these malwares get into your computer through the internet when you are downloading for example a file from an unknown website or an untrusted website. So one possibility is what hackers can do is that they can create a malware and they can bind this malware to routine apps that everyone use, like for example Google Chrome. So they bind it with some routine apps like these and they upload it, or they host this file, this malware binded file, onto a website. Basically this website is an untrusted website, so basically they host it onto their own website or a website which doesn't do any security checks, right? So when you visit that website and when you download that file, that binded file which has malware binded with it, and when you execute it on your computer, the malware successfully entered your computer. So how do you know that whether a particular website is a trusted website or not, or whether you can download files from that particular website or not? Well, just use your common sense. If you want to download Google Chrome, download it from chrome.google.com, not from chrome.somemaliciouswebsite.com. If you're trying to download a PDF file but you end up downloading an executable file, just don't open it, delete it ASAP. And when you downloaded a calculator app that is asking you the permissions to read the SMS and send the SMS for you, it is probably suspicious. What are you doing? Just don't be dumb, just uninstall it. Just use your common sense and just do a Google search whether a particular website is trusted and whether it is safe to download files from that particular website or not. I'm sure you'll find a lot of reviews for basically every website, and if you think a particular website is not trusted, if you think it's suspicious, just don't go anywhere near it. That's an easy way. Just use your common sense, dude. And I will also share my experience with the malware which got into my computer without my knowledge. Basically, I might have done a dumb thing like downloading a file and installing it on my computer, but I don't remember when I did it, but somehow this malware got into my computer. So I found out what this malware is and what it's doing. So what it is basically doing is it automatically configured a proxy on my computer, and it is connecting my computer to some other third-party server which is somewhere on the internet. So what happens is whatever web data that I am sending or receiving from my computer, it is being monitored by this third-party server. So basically, if I'm visiting facebook.com, the third-party server knows that I'm visiting facebook.com. If I visit google.com, it knows that I'm visiting google.com. So every HTTP or every web data that my computer is sending and receiving is monitored by that third-party server, which belong to the hacker. So this malware actually created a proxy between my computer and that third-party software, and I somehow removed that malware, and later I also made a video on that malware, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. So if you guys are interested, you can go check it out. Number 2, do not save your passwords on browsers, especially if you're using a computer that is also being used by someone else. Now, I know this is a very basic precaution. Well, it might sound too obvious, but here is the thing. people still don't literally understand the save password feature on the browsers. So basically this feature is intended to save the time of users so that the users don't need to actually enter their username and password or whatever the credentials they need to log into a website. So whenever they go to that website, their username and password will get filled in automatically, so that all that they need to do is click on the login button and that's it. So this feature can be good in some ways and it can be bad in some ways, but let us concentrate on the dark part. So let us say you have saved your Facebook password on a browser. So whenever you're visiting facebook.com, your username and your password will get filled in automatically. So let us say that your computer on which you saved your Facebook password is being used by someone else. So even if they visit facebook.com, your username and password will be filled in automatically right there in that login form, and all they need to do is click on the login button to get access into your Facebook account. Now, not only just blindly logging into your Facebook account without knowing your password, anyone can actually see the actual password in plain text, which means they can uncover those dots and they can see the actual password in plain text within a matter of seconds. Worst case scenario, if you are using the same password for other websites as well, then you have successfully compromised your password for lots of other websites as well. And this may include even your online banking account. Now, I want to let you guys know how easy people think it is. I am in a university, and in one of my lab, on the computer that I use every time in that particular lab, I have found out that the passwords for almost 50 websites, including Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and many other websites, are actually saved on that browser. And all I had to do is just go to chrome/settings/passwords to see all these saved passwords, and I can actually see the plain text password, not even the dotted thing. I just see the plain text password, and that's just too bad because they literally saved the password. I mean, it may be the students or it may be teachers, whatever, whoever it is, they literally saved the passwords on a lab computer, which is a public computer, which will be used by many students and many teachers and many lab assistants and whoever people comes to the lab, and they have literally saved their password on this computer. I just want you guys to understand that this can be dangerous. Do not save your passwords on browsers, especially if you're using a computer that will be used by someone else as well. So just don't do it. But anyways, if you still want to save your valuable time by automatically filling your username and password for different websites, then you can use password managing tools. So one of such best tool is Dashlane. So you can download Dashlane from dashlane.com. So once you download it, install it on your computer, and then you have to create a new account for yourself using a master password that you should always remember. So once you create an account, it will automatically install all the browser extensions for you, and once the browser extensions are installed, you can go ahead and save the passwords of different websites in the Dashlane app. So as long as you're logged in the Dashlane app, all the passwords that you saved in this Dashlane app will be filled automatically when you're browsing that particular website. So let's say you have saved the password of your Facebook account in the Dashlane app. So as long as you're logged in the Dashlane app, when you go to facebook.com, Dashlane will automatically fill this username and password field for you. And if you have to give your computer to someone else to use, and if you don't want them to see your saved passwords, you can just open the Dashlane app and you can log out from your Dashlane app, and as soon as you logged out, all the saved passwords that you saved on your Dashlane app will no longer get filled on your browsers. They are safe inside the app. So this is a very great way to manage your passwords with a master key. So whenever you want to log in back to your Dashlane app, you have to enter this master password which you have chosen when you're creating an account. So when you logged into the Dashlane app, once again all the password filling things will get resumed, and your passwords and credentials will get filled in automatically. And Dashlane also got this feature of generating strong passwords, which means you can actually generate strong passwords for different websites which are hard to crack, and Dashlane will remember these passwords for you. So finally, all I want to say is Dashlane can be a one-stop shop for your digital identity by managing all your passwords so you don't have to keep a track of each one. And not only password, it can also manage your personal info and your financial info, and thus making your digital life safe and more secure. So Dashlane also has a feature to save credit card info to save time when you're shopping online. And one more great thing about this is that it works across all devices including Android, iOS, Windows and Mac. And the premium version of Dashlane has really great features, great bonuses, like you will also be able to connect to a secure VPN, and thus making your connectivity to the internet secure, and you can protect yourself from prying eyes, so that no one can track what you're doing and what you're downloading online. So Dashlane is the way to go, and you can download Dashlane for free by clicking in the description below. And if you're interested, you can even upgrade to a premium version so that you get more features, like for example a personal VPN. Number 3, don't log into websites from someone else's computer. Now I know this is also kind of a basic thing, but people literally need to learn. Now let's just say you're using a public computer, for example a computer in an internet cave, or in your school lab or in your university lab. So remember, this computer doesn't belong to you. You're not the only one who is using it. Someone has already used it, or someone will also use it in the future. So this computer serves everyone, which means anyone can write a computer program and they can execute that computer program on this public computer, which many people use, right? So let us say that one such person who is very unethical has written a computer program to record all the keys that are being typed using the keyboard, and then it sends all this data to that particular person who has written a script. So let's say some unethical person has written such kind of script and he has executed it on this public computer, and this script is probably running in the background without anyone's knowledge, right? And then let's say you are using this computer and you're logging into, let's say, your Gmail account. So you type in your email ID and your password with your keyboard, and at the same time you're typing your email ID and password, the script which is running in the background is capturing this data, like the username, the email ID and the password, and it's sending this data to the person who has written this. We can call him a hacker, I think. And it's sending all this data to his server or to his email, right? So now the hacker has your email ID and your password, and he can now seriously log into a Gmail account. And I know some of you people will be like, how about if I'm using a two-factor authentication? If someone wants to log into my account, they need to know the password, and they also need to enter a one-time password which will be sent to my mobile number, and only then they will be provided access to my account. Now, yeah, I know, but once you have logged into your Gmail account or whatever account from a public computer, anyone can be stealing your cookies using some script which is written to do the same. And once they have your cookies, once they have stolen your cookies, they can impersonate you, which means they can pretty much bypass even the two-factor authentication. It's always dangerous to log into websites from a public computer, or at least from a computer that multiple people use. Number 4, always be aware on what website you're on when submitting sensitive information, and also make sure that this particular website is using HTTPS. Now, sometimes when hackers can't directly attack or exploit a website, they try to attack the users of that particular website. They call it social engineering, where hackers actually try to target the individual users of the websites to get sensitive information from them, like the passwords from the user himself or herself. So if a hacker creates a fake page but an exact replica of gmail.com, and if he has sent you the link to that fake Gmail login page to you, and if he asks you to log into your Gmail account using that link in order to avail some exciting offers or whatever it is, if you're dumb enough to believe that this fake page that the hacker sent you is actually a Gmail page by just looking at the appearance of the website, then you have successfully compromised your email and password once again, because as soon as you submit your email and password in that fake page that the hacker sent you, your username and password will end up on the hacker's screen. But if you are conscious enough to recognize that this is a fake page by looking at the domain name of that particular website, then you are safe. Well, not exactly. Let's just say that you have an account on example.com. Since this is an example, let's say you have an account on example.com, right? So you want to log into your example.com account, and let's say example.com is not using SSL, secure sockets layer, which means there is no https:// in front of the URL, right? So you want to log into example.com, so you type in example.com in your browser's search bar and you hit enter, and you then go to example.com/login to log into your example.com account, right? But when you're visiting example.com, you might end up being redirected to some other website like examples.com. You can see here that example.com and examples.com are two different domains. In this case, examples.com might be a phishing or might be a fake page that is created by the hacker to hack or to steal the information from the users of the example.com website. Now, this might be tricky because in this case, most of the users of example.com may fall for this social engineering attack, because they're officially being redirected from example.com to this fake page, which means in most cases they will not look at the domain name. They will not realize that they're on examples.com and not example.com, and they may blindly put in their email and password in that login page that is created by the hacker, and they might submit that information, in which case the hacker will have their username and password or their credentials, in simple words. So yes, this is one of the problems of using a website with no HTTPS connection. And there is another problem as well. Suppose that you are submitting some sensitive information, like for example your bank information or your password on a trusted website which is not using HTTPS, right? So when you're submitting this information, like for example, let's say you're submitting the password on a particular website which is a trusted website, which is an official website but not using HTTPS. So when you have submitted this information, anyone who is in between you and the website that you're trying to communicate with, they can actually sniff this password that you're sending to the website, and they can see this password and they can steal it from you, because all of the data that you will be sending to the website will be in plain text, since the website is not using HTTPS. So yeah, your password might end up on multiple people's screens while it is being transmitted to that website. Number 5, don't just fall for things on the internet. So internet is full of scams. There are many scams that happened in the past and that will happen in the future as well. And I don't want you people watching this video to be a person who is affected by such scams on the internet. So I want you to don't fall for things on the internet. Now I will share you one such scam which is still happening on the internet right now, and people are still falling for it. You know, there are many websites on the internet which claim to hack social media accounts like Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts, Gmail accounts, and many other. You know, there are many online tools that actually claim to do the hacking part for you, and they claim to provide you the password of any user of those websites. And it says that in order to reveal this password, in order for you to see this password, you have to pay a certain amount. I mean, people actually pay for this. I've seen people who have actually fallen for this very dumb scam, right? So people actually pay money on such websites and they end up getting nothing. And even I use many websites like this. Even I fell prey for it, even though I didn't pay in any of those websites because I don't have any money at that time. But anyways, I've used such websites and I have fallen for it in my childhood, and I know many people will fall for these scams. And if you're watching this video, then you should probably note that none of these websites work. All of these are fake, and do not even try them, and don't even think about paying anything on such websites, because they are all fake. They're just trying to steal things from you. And not only this, there are lots of scams on the internet, and if you want to stay away from all these scams, just use your common sense. Just use Google as your weapon. You can just Google anything. If you want to know about something, if you want to know whether something on the internet is valid or not, you can Google it, and you can see other people who are talking about that. You can see other victims who have fallen for that particular scam. You can learn from them, and you can learn that that particular thing on the internet is not a good thing, or it's not a valid thing, and you should not do it. And you can also tell your friends not to do it. It's a scam. Alright, so that is it for this video. Hope you like it, and hope it brought you some awareness about internet. I hope it inculcates your common sense about what to do and what not to do on the internet. So that's it for this video. I'll meet you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, subscribe now and hit the bell icon, and comment down below what you think about the video. Leave a thumbs up below if you like it, and if you don't like it, you can leave a thumbs down. It's your wish. Meet you in the next video. Cheers.